Good morning, everyone. It is bright and early, and today I have to go to immigration. Yay! So much fun. It never is. Yeah. But before going to immigration, I have already gone to City Hall to get all the proper paperwork, and I have all of that in my nice little folder here. I needed 4 main documents here from immigration. One was a general family registry. One was a who is living at the address that I'm staying at kind of thing. And then I have to have my husband's tax forms, pretty much like how much taxes has he paid in the last year. And then another paper and how much residence taxes he has paid the past year. So those are the 4 main forms that I need for today because I'm going for my spouse of a Japanese national visa. This is my visa renewal. It's not a brand new change of status visa, so I don't need as much paperwork. If you're going to be changing your status, you need a lot more paperwork, and I mean a lot more paperwork. You basically need a lot more paperwork to prove a lot of stuff. Basically, if you're like changing your status to a spouse of a national, you have to prove that you are married. So you have to have a marriage certificate either from in Japan or from abroad. And I will say that it was easier from getting it from abroad because we got married in America. And then when I got here, all we had to do is do a basic translation for City Hall. And because they didn't have to have an official translation, but just basic translation of what the paper was, and that was super easy. I actually just did that myself. And then for immigration, they don't need the translation. They want the actual hard copy of the marriage certificate, and you will get that back. They give it back to you, but you do have to turn it in for a change of status. There's so much more paperwork for a change of status, but I'm not going into that today because I'm not changing my status. I will in the future to a permanent residency, but for today's purpose, I'm just renewing. And I'm going to try and renew for 5 years because that's the maximum amount of a renewal you can get for any visa is 5 years. I have had a 5-year visa before on a working visa. It was like godsend, seriously, because no one hardly ever gets a 5-year visa. So yeah, and with a spousal visa, it's even harder to get a 5-year visa. I'm currently on a 3-year visa, which is still pretty rare, but I followed the advice from the Immigration Information Center when I was starting that process, and they were like, wait at least a year, if not 3 years, before you apply for your spousal visa, if you can. And I was like, oh, why? And they're like, because the first year of your marriage, usually they suspect marriage fraud, like automatically kind of thing. And I mean, I guess it's kind of common or easy to do. So they only give you a 1-year visa for like the very first year you're married if you apply for it that first year. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was on a working visa, so it's not like I had to change really quick or automatically. So I was like, okay, that's no problem. I don't mind waiting. So I waited 3 years before applying for my 3-year marriage visa. And you're slipping. And with waiting those 3 years, I then applied for my spousal visa, and at the end of that, I did get a 3-year spousal visa automatically my first time. So that advice was great with them. But if you can't wait for a spousal visa, I mean, it's kind of like, oh well, shogunai zanen, like you're just going to end up with a 1-year visa most likely, and then you'll have to renew it the next year, and you'll most likely still get a 1-year visa. until after 3 years, and then they'll start giving you the 3-year visas. So I'm hoping by now that we've been married for 6 years now, that they'll give me the 5-year visa. I'm hoping, but I'm not super hopeful. It's probably just going to be another 3-year visa, but we'll find out after a couple of weeks. Yeah, but right now I need to get on the road. It's about an hour drive to the immigration because I am driving. If I wasn't driving, it'd be like a 2-hour train ride. So yeah, I'm going to drive. They have parking at immigration, so that's great. And I have no babies. If you can tell, my car is empty. There's no Mary, no newborn. Naoki is at home, and he is off today, so he is taking care of the kids. Yay! The newborn, super easy to take care of. Eats, sleeps, and poops. That's all he does. It's Mary that you have to worry about, and you have to constantly watch her and like do stuff. So yeah, I'm ready to get this over with. I decided to go super early in the morning to try and beat the crowds, because right now it is visa season, and with that comes massive crowds at immigration. And yeah, so let's get going. I have finally arrived. It took about an hour-and-a-half drive because of all the traffic, but that's understandable for a weekday here in Japan. Yeah, but I want to get my butt inside because I'm trying to get here before a bus load, because when the buses come, they're usually really full. So yeah, I want to get in there before a big bus load gets in here, but it doesn't look too busy right now. So I actually need to take my picture because I don't have one, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Made it, and I've got to wait for them to call my number. Yay! Okay, I am all done. That took 0 time. I'm so glad I came early and that I drove, because if I had to take the bus, there have been 3 bus loads dropped off since I was sitting here waiting. So yeah, needless to say, it's already starting to get busy, and it is almost 10:30. So I would say if you can get to immigration before 10:30, you should be good to go with quickness. But after 10:30, it starts to pick up because everybody is taking the bus in, and it takes a little bit longer for the buses, of course. So, and bus times and all of that goodness. But I handed the lady all of my stuff. She looked through it. She had me like remove my mask real quick to confirm identity, and then I could put it back on, like really quick. And she was like, "You're good to go. Just fill out this postcard," and they give you a postcard, and you have to write your current address on it, so that when your resident card is ready, they will mail you the postcard, and the postcard tells you how much money you need to bring with you for the next time you come, so that you can pick up your residence card. And it's usually around 4,000 yen to like receive your card, kind of thing. And yeah, so filled out my postcard. She gave me a paper to put in my passport that says I am currently renewing my application. I'm currently renewing my visa, so that if I get stopped for whatever reason, which sometimes happens in Tokyo, you can get stopped in Tokyo, and police can ask you for your visa, or like why are you there kind of thing. And that happens a lot more in Tokyo than in other places. So yeah, I thankfully have never been stopped, but I do have friends who have been stopped. But it's all done. I'm happy to have it turned in because my visa was expiring very soon. I would say in the next 2 weeks my visa was expiring. So I've cut it very close this year. I usually never wait this long. I usually try and turn it in a month early before my expiration date because sometimes it can take longer. Yeah, so now I get to go home. Sakura are in full bloom. So gorgeous driving around right now, but yeah, I need to get back so that I can help relieve Naoki. One tip I will give you is if you can, download the Excel version of the application and fill it out on the computer and then print it off that way, because it makes it so much easier for them to read. And yeah, I think they really appreciated it because that's what I did, and I've done that for the past, I don't know, 5 years I think. Yeah, and every time I do that, they are like, oh my god, this is so nice, that like, and they're saying this all in Japanese under their breath. I think it gives them like a sigh of relief because it means they can understand everything that's written without guessing certain things, because everybody writes letters and numbers differently, but a computer always writes it the same way usually. So yeah, I think they were just really happy that somebody did that versus handwriting everything, which can get messy depending on what you're having to write and stuff. But I also find it easier to type it out, especially the kanji characters that I use sometimes for like filling out Naoki's work information on it. He has a really long work name, and if I had to write it in the space given, it would not work. And he would have a hard time fitting it in there as well. So typing it allows me to be able to like fit it in there, because I can always reduce the character size of the stuff. So yeah, that's my one big piece of advice, is try typing it out. And if you get there and there's something horribly wrong with it, you can always handwrite it, because they always have extra copies at the immigration, of course. But that's just my one main piece of advice, is just type it out. Take the time to type it out if you can. I mean, if you can't, I mean, that's a whole nother situation. Don't worry about it. Everybody handwrites it pretty much. But try and write very neatly so that they don't have any misconceptions on what you're writing. But right now, I think I want to take you down my favorite road for Sakura, because it's just gorgeous. Sakura on both sides of the street, and it's just a lovely little drive or walk, but I'm driving right now down this road. Haven't been down it since last year, I guess, because we couldn't do any hanami. We still can't really do hanami this year, which is really sad, but I mean, it is what it is, right? So sorry about the noise. It's a really warm spring day today, and yeah, I have all of my windows open. And that's that. That was super fast, I know, but totally worth it. Oh my gosh, the Sakura are so gorgeous, and today is just a perfect day to be out observing them. But maybe I can convince Naoki to take a long walk and see if we can find some near where we actually live. This is still in Yokohama, so yeah, nowhere near us, but we'll see. We have made it out finally. It's pretty late, but you know, it is what it is. And we're at the park, and if you can see, there's already Sakura everywhere. I chose this park specifically because there was so much Sakura that I saw when I passed it the other day. So it's exciting, and it's a new park. There's a huge playground area and everything, so it's exciting. We have found our spot, and it's perfect right here underneath the cherry blossoms, right next to the playground where Mary is going crazy. And yeah, baby here is just relaxing. It's so nice out today. It's a nice warm spring day, although it is getting a little chilly now that the sun's going down. But it's just beautiful looking at the Sakura. I haven't been outside like this since way before the pandemic. Yeah, it feels so nice to just be outside. And that doesn't mean that it's super safe or anything here in Japan. It's just what it is. There's literally no one around me besides kids, but they're like super far away playing in the playground. But yeah, it's really nice. I think if we had come here on the weekend though, there would have been tons of people doing hanami. Like, cause this is the perfect park for it. Like, literally. Mary, are you having fun? Tanoshi? Yay! Is it snack time? Snack time! What snack are you having? Oh, this snack? And some water? Yeah? Here you go. Look at the pretty flowers. Kirei da ne? Pretty. You wanna walk? Well guys, we are back home. We ate dinner and now it's just relax time. But that was pretty much our day. Yeah. Did you have fun at the park, Mary? Yeah? Anthony? Yeah? Yay! Yeah, that's you. You're still eating. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see ya. Bye.